everyone. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. I am so sorry I am late. I had a wee bit of an incident. Let's just say I'm about to go unalive my son. Other than that, everything is just perfectly hunky-dory. How are you doing today, sweetness?
I'm good. Just a little tired, but I'm good.
Well, I'm happy that you decided to come join me. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And then there goes my computer. Isn't it just nice? So today I thought it would be a good idea to just basically sit back, relax, like always, and oh my God, will you please stop? Thank you. And talk about our New Year's resolution, what we are challenging ourselves. Oh my goodness, so many people just decide to like put up their videos all at one time, and it's all hitting me. I'm sorry, you beautiful people. Basically talk about our New Year's resolution, our challenges to ourselves, and everything for our yarn. Basically, I got the idea from watching, was it Ursula, Linda Simpson, and there's like two other individuals that's on it. They did the
and Veronica.
Yes, off of the live that they did. And I was like, this is a beautiful opportunity to just base it off of them. I sat there, I watched it. Did you finish watching the live?
No, not yet.
Oh, okay. But it was a wonderful idea to just not overjudge oneself. Basically, set goals so you can learn or do what you're wanting to do. And if you meet the goal, fabulous. If you don't meet the goal, don't beat yourself up about it, but try to challenge yourself to try to meet that goal or get a little bit closer to it. Learn a little more.
Yeah, right.
So I have some goals for myself, and I wanted to talk about mine, but I don't want to go first. I would like you to go first if you are ready. If not, I can go.
Well, one of my goals I know for sure is to get better at knitting. I have completed a hat and I've completed a cowl, but I want to learn the other techniques to it. I tried a pattern. I tried reading the pattern, I should say.
Hi,
And
Gemma.
I read it. Okay. Huh?
Saying hi to Gemma.
Oh.
Sorry, I do not need to be interrupting you because it messes you up. And I need to remember that. I am so sorry. Go ahead.
It's okay. But I was able to read the first few directions, and then it talked about doing something I didn't understand. And it is the whole yarn over before you knit or yarn over before you purl. So I need to practice on the different techniques there is to knitting besides just the knit and the purl stitch. So that is number one on my I guess a New Year's resolution for my yarn work is to get better at knitting.
Or a yarny goal.
Yeah, our yarny goal is to get better at knitting.
Is there any more yarny goals that you have?
No, that's about it because I mean I've done everything there is on crochet. I mean I know all the different stitches for that. I've even learned to do the Tunisian crochet. So
Holy Toledo.
I know how to do all that. So I mean there's nothing really that I can learn on knitting. I mean crochet is I need to learn everything about knitting now.
No, I felt bad. Here I sit there and I get confused. I'm like, needle, no, hook. So that's awesome that the fact that you've actually finished learning, you feel like you've met the match or the match of learning everything you can learn so far in crochet.
Right. Now, I don't think my crochet is perfect. Like, I know that everybody makes mistakes, and I'm pretty sure that if I look through all the squares that I've done, I'm pretty sure there's probably some with 4 in there. There's probably some of them with 2 in there. But it's for my sister, and I'm not going to go back and fix it. But, you know, we make mistakes, and I'm not saying it is perfect on everything, but there's nothing I need to learn when it comes to crochet.
Now, that is actually a good goal for you. You, not only you, but me, myself, and a lot of not content creators, but yarny creators, artists, whatever it is,
Mhm.
we judge ourselves way too harshly. Sitting
Yeah.
there thinking it absolutely has to be superb and perfect. And if not, then the whole world's going to crumble underneath us and we're just going to melt away when that's not it.
Well, what I've learned is if you see it, it's because you know what you're looking for. If you give it to somebody who knows nothing of crochet and says, "What does this look like?" and they say it looks good, then you leave it at that because an untrained eye will not find it. And if somebody does find it, they're too close to your work.
Yes. And they shouldn't honestly be saying anything unless it's like a huge mistake.
Right. Now, I mean, if I skipped one of these and there's a big old hole in it and you see it, then yeah, I'll probably fix that. But if it's just one stitch missing or there's one extra, I'm not worried about it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I totally agree. Because that's one thing I've actually had to learn to sit there and just be like, it doesn't matter. It's perfectly fine. It looks beautiful. And because it looks beautiful and you can't see any major, huge,
Right.
then you shouldn't even be worried about it.
Right. Exactly.
Mine, I'm slipping out of my seat. Um, I'm sorry, you guys. Like I said, I have been antsy. So I'm still trying to calm down from the little episode that happened. Um, One of my goals is I want to print out or write out every project as of right now that I want to make. And I actually want to take the picture so it helps me remember and pin it to a board. It doesn't have to be in order. I can pick and choose after I get done with a project so I know what's there instead of me sitting there and after I get done finishing a project, that's when my brain just basically shuts down. It's just
Mhm.
like, I want a new project, but it's like, I know I had 100 of them I wanted to do. What were they? I can't remember. So
Yeah.
I think having the projects written out or the pattern actually printed out with the photo on the board, I think when I finish, I can go to pick it and just say, okay, this is the next one. So I'm not feeling like I'm forgetting anybody or anything.
Right. So you basically want to do that like stitch your library thing, but you want to have it already set out and in order so that you can remember what you want to do next. Okay.
No, 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 no. Not what I want to do next. Like, it don't matter if I have like 5 in a row. Let's say I have them all 5 and I have them all pinned on the board. I don't have to go to the very next one. I can pick the very
Pick
last one if I
anyone.
choose.
Okay. Okay. So no particular order, but you have it where you can see it so that you'll know which one you would decide to pick next.
Yes.
Okay.
Uh, Sorry, I need to look at them because Gear is not asleep. I just zipped him up. Gemma says, my New Year's goal is to set my own autistic business.
Ooh.
Seriously? So wait a minute, business. I always think of something to sell. Are you selling something or what exactly would your business be then? Out of curiosity. Unless
Yeah.
there's, yeah, every time I think of business, I think of something that is a material thing that somebody's selling. Another thing that my goal is to actually start, that's actually it, is to start making as much as I can, at least 2 tables worth, and go to the flea market and start selling.
Cool.
Giving advice. So, how would that work? I'm curious. I am actually now. I'm like, she's triggered me. She's like, she's got me, and I'm triggered to her. not triggered. I'm attached to her. I'm curious. She's got my curiosity going.
She
I
said a consultancy. That would be like just to help out, you know, like if someone needs information about it. That's what I think.
and they would pay you for that?
So I would change people for a time slot to give advice. Charge people a time slot. Okay, yeah, that's basically what she's saying. It's just, I guess maybe, are you going to help only autistic people or just anybody? Are you going to help them with learning about autism?
Do you include children,
Right.
teenagers, going into adulthood? Because that's what I really needed, was going into adulthood. There was so much I had like zero knowledge on. It was just like I went from being 100% taken care of, nothing explained to me, just being kicked out and expecting me to know everything. It was just like, where's the transition?
Right, yeah.
There was zero transition. Anybody with disabilities.
Okay. All right.
Oh, yes,
Good idea.
including teenagers, adults, and children. Awesome. Honey, oh, wait a minute. You're in the UK too, aren't you?
I'm not sure. I don't know where she's at.
Parents, caregivers. Ooh, that would be awesome.
So just anyone in general.
You know, I would have actually wished to have somebody to talk to. What was it, 2 years ago? No, actually, it was more than 2 years ago.
Okay.
Huh?
Yes, she's in the UK.
Okay.
Over YouTube and Zoom. Okay. I done messed up my
Are you okay?
No, I messed up my thing. Hold on.
Oh no. Ah! But that sounds like a wonderful idea. I mean, I wish I would have had somebody when my middle got diagnosed and when I got diagnosed all at the same time. I was just like a complete whirlwind. And then trying to learn everything and then coming to find out about my youngest having it. And it was just, whoosa. And yet come to find out there was nothing for adults. And there's still nothing for adults.
Yeah.
They're just, it's like the world believes that a child is allowed to have autism, a baby's allowed to have it, but as soon as they hit teenagers, they're growing out of it.
Right. And
And
it has to do with the high functioning as well, too.
mm-hmm. Yes.
So if you're a high functioning autistic person, then, you know, they're just, some people believe you're just trying to find a reason to be quote unquote disabled about something.
Yes. Even if the person got diagnosed when they were a child,
Mm-hmm.
you're seeking it. You're seeking attention. That's what it is.
Yeah.
You're seeking attention. And it's just like, seriously?
Right.
Yeah, just put a video camera up in my house for about a good week and you'll see. Hi, sweetness. How are you doing today? Maribel.
Yes.
I'm saying it in my head like 3 or 4 times before I say it out loud. I didn't want to butcher you. I'm high functioning. You were awesome. So I got to meet her on Crystal. No. It was over at Niecy's.
Okay.
Over on her birthday live that she had.
I think I missed it because I was at work.
I got starstruck. You won't believe who else was there?
Who?
Ursula.
Oh.
I'm sorry. I got a little bit starstruck. I was so happy I actually got to like meet her. I didn't get to sit down and actually talk to her. But it was awesome. And then being able to actually meet her, it was phenomenal to be able to meet her as well, Gemma, and be able to have a good conversation with her and just sit back, have fun, everything else like that. Yeah, you might want to go back and go watch it since you said you were probably at work.
I probably was.
But it was
I
fun.
miss. I've been going through. I'll say who haven't I watched in a while, and I'll go and look like weeks, almost to a whole month behind, and I'm like, oh God.
You know what you could do is do a podcast, start sitting there listening to and from work.
Right.
It's like I might eventually get there.
I turned on somebody. I think it was Crochet with Claire, the one that used to be Bob Wilson. She was live the other night, and I just turned it on and left my phone sitting in the pantry.
Don't feel bad.
Let it play. I didn't watch it. I just let it play.
I've been doing that a lot recently, just sitting there and not even watching or reading the comments and just listening to everything.
Just
I
having
need
something in the background.
I need to actually find out who that person is that you just announced and go check them out.
Oh, Crochet with Claire?
Crochet with Claire. Yeah, I haven't seen them.
She's Australian.
Yeah,
Well,
definitely. No.
I know she lived in New Zealand once. I don't know if she's from there and moved to Australia, or if she went there from Australia and then moved back. But I know she's living in Australia now.
Oh yeah, her accent I would remember. Okay.
I'll if when we get done, if I can remember, I'll send you her link.
She said I said her name right, Maribel. And then she says she's working and she's listening. Gemma
Oh,
says that it was Niecy's birthday party. My
okay.
brain's going, but I got it. And Gemma says that she shared me out. Oh, thank you
Oh,
so
cool.
much. But this is Kate. She actually, for those that are new or listening in, because I can see people are listening in, and thank you for listening in. This is Kate. If you don't know, wrong way, Kayleena. She is phenomenal. She has her own channel. She crochets. And like she said at the very beginning, she's learning how to knit.
Hmm. It took me like 7 years to learn to knit, but I learned.
Anybody can learn. Well, no,
I
not
could,
everybody
I
can
could
learn.
see, I couldn't tell you how many different videos, and it didn't matter whose video, whether they were throwing it or whether they were picking it. My brain says, yes, I can do this. That's so easy. Okay. But my hands were like, no, no, mm-mm, no, there's no hook on the end of that. I cannot grab that.
Baby's up.
Okay. So you have me for a minute. I can't see the chat, and the reason I turned my camera off is because I have this set up really strangely. Let's see. Oh, you're learning to knit too? Asked my daughter for circular needles for Christmas. Oh, that's awesome, Maryville. Was it you that posted a picture the other day on Instagram of your daughter wearing the retro granny sweater? It was you or somebody else. I can't remember if it was you or not. It could have been somebody else. But it was like the first time I had gotten on Instagram. I'm a pencil holder crochet, so it's been tough. Oh, yeah, it was you? Okay, that was awesome. I love that top. Let's see. Oh, and you're left-handed. Oh, see, I'm a pencil holder as well. What got me was having to hold something else besides just the yarn in my left hand, because I'm right-handed, so my hand that holds the yarn is my left hand. So holding on to the yarn plus a needle was really confusing. But my brain could say yes, but my hands were like, no, I can't do that.
But I'm so happy for you. Your brain and your hands finally collided and mushed.
Right. Yes. And pushed it together.
Oh, she's asking for circular needles. Whoop whoop.
You should go on Instagram and see the picture that she posted of her daughter wearing the retro granny sweater.
I don't think I have her on Instagram, do I?
Oh, I'm not sure. Yeah, her name is the same on
It is?
Instagram as on Facebook. I mean YouTube.
Oh, I will definitely go over there and I will go find you, Sweetness. Hi, Michelle. How are you doing, Sweetness from Kansas?
I
Welcome
just sent
in.
pictures the other day.
No, ma'am. We are not chewing on something. No. Go get one of your toys. Sorry, it's one of the dogs.
I was like, I'm not chewing on anything.
Yeah, Callie's over here and she's in full blown heat. So she's getting very destructive, if that's a nice way of saying it. Shh. I'm going to go ahead and sit you down. So, everyone over in the chat, what is your Yarny New Year's resolution or your challenge to oneself, if you have any? Speaking of learning about how to knit, since y'all are going to be typing all that in, I have actually put up a little short of how to do the knit stitch continental style and how to do the purl stitch continental. Quit trying to chew on that. So if y'all are wanting to go check that out and you're wanting to figure out how to do the continental like what Kay was saying, holding it in your left hand instead of your right hand. So if you hold yarn in your right hand and you're going around, that's called flicking. If you're wanting to do the continental where you hold the yarn over in your left hand, that's called picking. It's another word for it. It's the same thing, two different ways of saying it.
I was okay with the throwing method until it would start bothering my arm or my shoulder. So I wanted to learn the continental, and my brain was like, okay, yeah. But my fingers were like, no, it keeps sliding off the needle. And I don't know how to undo when I make a mistake. So I was like, take it all out, start over. And I have slowly learned how to take it out without just untaking the whole thing.
Fabulous.
Yes. I'm still learning. It's still a little hard to do.
What exactly made you be able to finally click?
To undo it?
No, ma'am. For the learn the continental.
You telling me, why are you going that way? You need to make it go that way.
Oh yeah. It was a certain way I was explaining it. It was like you swoop it forward and you bring it to you.
Yeah, when you're doing the knit stitch, you pull it to you. And I was trying to get it to come. Was going this way, away from me. You said, no, go the other way, bring it to you. And when I did that, it stayed on the needle, and I was like, oh, okay.
I'm sorry, I couldn't remember, but yeah, now I do.
You said, show me, because we were on Messenger.
Yes. Learning to knit socks, crochet more wearables. Wearables, yes. And then Maribel says that I definitely flick it. So continental, same thing.
Yeah.
Michelle says I'm a picker when I knit. I don't knit well, just dishcloth. Hey, that's still a good start.
Yeah, exactly.
No, you do, mommy.
I know, baby. I am mommy. That's still a good start, and especially doing the hard cotton, because hard cotton will stay onto your needles much more easier. Doing bamboo, if you can handle it. You want to go ahead and sit down, buddy? Okay, can you, wonderful people, just give me 1 second. I'll be right back.
Hey, mommy, what?
What, baby?
I doing that on your hand.
Arm. That's an arm.
I do it Well,
That's awesome. Thank you.
that
Let's see. Let me bring up the comments so I can see what y'all said. Okay. Nothing new, anyways, I should say. I had a question in my head, but it went away. Um, like with I remember now, the wearables. I was gonna ask, more sweaters, or are you trying to do shirts, cardigans? What kind of wearables is what I was gonna ask. Because right now, well, besides what I'm working on right now, I'm trying to get this done before Christmas. My sister said she wanted a blanket for Christmas. She said she's been waiting 5 years. I hold yarn in right hand when I knit, same for crocheting. Okay, more sweaters and cardigans. Oh, okay. I have a pullover on my other hook in there. That's why I was asking that one.
Okay, give me a minute. Sorry, I wasn't going to interrupt. You go ahead.
No, I was, she says that she holds the yarn in her right hand the same for crocheting and knitting. Um, Even though if somebody was left-handed, would that still be throwing, or would that be continental when you're doing it with your right hand on the knitting? Is what I was.
Now, if a person is left, it all depends on the way you hold everything. So it's exactly the same thing. So if you're left-handed and you're going under and you're picking and you're
Uh-huh.
barely doing any movements, that's still considered as picking. If you're literally going up and then letting go and yarn over, that's called throwing.
Oh, okay.
So same thing. All depends on the way that you're actually doing the technique. It doesn't matter if you're right-handed or left-handed.
Okay. I was
So
just curious.
if you take
Oh, she says she throws.
oh, okay. So if you take my yarn or my video, my little short and everything, you literally mirror it, you'll see
Mm-hmm.
exactly what I'm talking about. That it's just
Oh,
the
oh,
technique is exactly the same. It's just different sides.
okay. We've had some new people come in.
Hi, Kim. Welcome in, sweetness. And Gemma, welcome in.
That's
Oh,
Jean.
Jeannie. Yeah, I just saw the picture and everything and how it has the Proverbs. Oh, I love the way you actually did that. Hi, honey. Welcome in.
She said, "Haven't seen you in a while."
Yeah, I'm sorry. I hope you and the family are. Yes, actually, we are doing phenomenal. Not trying to go into the medical issue of it all, but other side. Um, Ever since figuring out with the MTHFR, doing the whole diet change to fix all the issues that I was having at hand and everything, getting rid of my depression because it's related to it and everything. This year has been so much better, even with the financial problems that we're having, even though my husband's having the problems that he's having. Just fixing that in general has just made this Christmas 1,000 times better. What about you,
Mm-hmm.
Kay?
We're doing good. No medical issues here.
That's good.
Except my sister. My sister was diagnosed a long time ago with a heart condition, which also affects her hearing. But like about a month ago, she was in the hospital because she had chest pains, and they found a leaky valve. Yeah, she's had to. I think she's had it her 3 days now, but she had a heart monitor for 3 days. But she did see a cardiologist. They said the leaky valve was nothing to worry about yet. You know,
Whew.
it was on the slower, the slower ever. But other than that, yeah, everybody's been doing good.
Oh, that's good. That's really,
Mhm.
really, really good. Oh, thank goodness. I'm happy that the results came back in such a positive manner.
Mhm.
Sorry, everyone's videos just keep.
Yeah. Like as soon as yours goes off, something pops up on my phone. I know. It's okay.
Would also love to do a graph scan. Oh, yes, ma'am. I've been seeing the ones with the baubles on them.
Mhm.
Oh,
Yeah. Them I try and stay away from them because them baubles are yarn eaters.
yes. But it's so pretty.
I know it is.
Oh my goodness. I throw hello, hello. Maybe I need a diet change. Having trouble getting in the right frame of mind. Oh, well, you never know. Like, I seriously had no idea, even just going into that, I had no idea that just having a genetic defect was what was affecting my blood pressure, my heart palpitations, my depression, my lifelong depressions. She's even seen me when I went through a few of them. Even my other best friend, Cindy, has actually seen me go through them, and it scared them. But
Yeah.
ever 6 months of just changing my diet, knowing what that defect was doing to me and coming off of vitamins that my body can't handle and can't take and changing
Mhm.
the diet of what I actually need, I haven't had not one episode. Not one.
Yeah.
So getting a actual panel of knowing where your vitamins are, knowing what your heavy metal detox where that's at because that can affect you as well. Just getting your heart taken care of, see where that's at. If you're having chronic migraines, something's going on there that's not normal. Just getting all of that checked and taken care of, even if you have autism, ADHD, any of the neurodiverse diversities that's happening, even with dyslexia, because I didn't realize how much dyslexia actually affects people and how much it mirrors so much. Um, Starting to understand and accept yourself on those aspects and setting those boundaries and allowing individuals to not cross those boundaries can also give you a relief on a world aspect that you wouldn't even realize that you had, like sitting there going, okay, oversensorize, please don't touch me, and stick to that boundary
Mhm.
would prevent you from going into complete shutdown. And then that shutdown rolls into a depression. That depression rolls into seasonal depression and then binge eating and then gaining the weight and then muscle aches and joint aches. And then the cold weather, it's all a domino effect.
Yep.
You just stop it right then and there, even though someone sits there and goes, oh, no, you're fine. You can handle one more hug. No, I can't. No,
No.
would greatly benefit. So maybe that could be a new year resolution for yourself, not even just yarny, but just what do I need?
Right.
Not
Stop
what
and
do
think
you,
of
yeah,
and not everybody else at one time.
yes,
Because the
yes.
better you take care of yourself, the better you can take care of those around you as well.
What's the one rule when going onto an airplane and the little mask come down? What's that one rule? Put the mask on yourself first.
Yeah. I
How
don't
can
know.
you?
Explain.
Oh, I've been hearing it everywhere. Sorry. How can you expect being oxygen deprived, being able to take care of your child? How do you expect to be able to take care of the person beside you? How do you expect to take care of anybody else if you're sitting there going and you
That's
ain't got
true.
no air?
Yeah.
Take care of yourself first. It's not selfish. It's not greedy. Um, I even heard one psychiatrist even sat there and said, taking a shower is not self-care. It's a necessity. So sitting there and going, I'm treating myself to a shower. No, 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 honey. You're just not taking care of yourself. You need that shower.
Yeah.
Hold on, you guys. I got to turn his phone back on.
Okay. But I do agree with what she was saying. Self-care. Because if you're not in the right frame of mind, you can't take care of those around you. And to what she was saying about her big change, she's been through a lot with that. Now that she understands what all she can't have, and she goes through and makes sure that she doesn't have any of that, she's been a lot better.
Oh, yeah. I've started noticing too that I've held back so much on not only this channel, but on the other channel because of so many individuals that I see put it up there. And then the bully comes along and it's like, ooh, I found a victim. And then they end up taunting them.
Mm-hmm.
But what happens is that victim, because they actually become a victim, instead of them sitting there and ignoring and getting rid of the person that is doing all that and not noticing the fact that with them exposing themselves and telling the world of what is happening and benefiting all those poor individuals, they allowed the bully to win.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's what's been happening is now that I've gotten myself under control, I've gotten a better grasp of everything. I'm actually like starting to open up of how difficult it actually is to be a special needs mom and a special needs woman being a mom to special needs kids.
Right.
And having this rare disorder and then discovering the fact that I might have EDS is so that's another one as well because yeah, I haven't talked to you about that one yet, but yeah. It's another genetic disorder that is actually connect. Okay, so yeah, don't mean to go into that route. Sorry, it's just.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just coming to find out it's heavily starting to be associated to folate deficiency, and because it's heavily folate deficiency, that's what I am, and that also correlates going to what is it, liver disease.
Okay.
So what you would get from an alcoholic whole factor. Did you know? Sorry. Yeah, here I go again with the did you know type stuff. Did you know that when an alcoholic goes into the ER, guess what they pump them with?
Charcoal.
No. They give them a banana bag.
Oh,
That's for a
potassium?
drug addict. I know what you're talking about. That's for someone that like overdoses.
That ODs, yeah. It just came into my head, so.
It's okay. You're on the right path, though. You're good. But they give them a banana bag. Plus, they give them a bag full, highly full of folic acid.
Oh.
You wonder why?
Why?
Because deficient in folic acid is due to alcoholism, but it also causes the liver disease and cancer.
The cirrhosis.
Bingo.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes sense, man.
And guess what my disease does? Makes me highly folic deficient.
Right.
So I'm like, there's the connection. There's the connection that nobody could have been able to tell me except for an ER nurse talking about alcoholism.
Right.
I'm just like, I found it. I was excited. And then it was just like, wow. But still.
Right.
But that's what I've been basically going through is I've been going through just like a major life journey because it doesn't just affect me, but it also affects my children because it's genetic.
Right.
My husband has it.
Yeah.
It's genetic.
Yeah.
Oh, give me a minute this time.
You're unfrozen.
I'm frozen?
You were. You're not anymore.
Well, good, because he was yelling at me and I told him, give me a minute. For the last few years, I have been trying to do more for myself.
Good.
Yes. Go, honey, go. And also saying no when I do not want to go to certain places. Oh,
Good. That's another thing a lot of people don't know how to say is no.
not diagnosed, but I get social anxiety. So self-diagnosed. Still
Yeah,
valid.
exactly.
So I've learned to say no, thank you, if I don't want to go to certain places, especially parties. Still,
Yeah, exactly.
I am so proud of you. You should be so proud of yourself. Oh my God, you should be so proud of yourself, sweetness. Way to go.
Right.
Because the whole point of a party is to what? Have fun.
Mm-hmm.
It's not there to just entertain anybody else. You're not getting paid to going up on a bloody stage or anything. You're going to have fun.
Yeah,
And if you're not, what's the point?
exactly.
You're causing harm to oneself. Why do that?
Right.
No, 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 no. My nephew, when he loves going out with us. And he has high anxiety, like high social anxiety. And the reason why he loves going out with us is because when he starts shutting down, he starts apologizing. I tell him, don't.
Right.
And he's like, but I don't want to talk to him and I don't want them to get mad at me. I'll deal with them.
Right.
Don't worry about it. And because of the fact he does not feel ashamed for having the anxiety, he does not feel ashamed to say no. He feels
Right.
more comfortable with us than he would with anybody else. Oh my gosh.
Can a person take too much folic acid? I'll have to let Kayleena answer that one. Of course, my husband gets upset about it, but that's his problem. Yes, that is his problem. Because I agree. I have social anxieties as well. And I didn't realize how bad it was until one year that I decided I was going to go Black Friday shopping. And when the people around me looked like they were in the ocean, going up and down like this, it it physically made me sick. Like I felt like I was going to pass out or throw up. And my friend noticed. Thank God she noticed. But she was like, "Are you okay?" And I said, "No, I'm not." So she moved me over to another aisle where there was nobody, and I was able to calm down and get less green looking because she said that I looked really bad. And I was like, thanks.
At least you finally figured it out. And because of that, you've been able to alter what you need to alter.
Mm-hmm. Well, I always knew that I felt uncomfortable in crowds because I felt like there was no way out. But I didn't realize that it was part of social anxiety.
Mm-hmm.
And you need to answer Kim G's question.
What did I do?
You made a comment. You just need to answer it because I don't know the answer.
So, can a person take too much folic acid? Okay, so before I even answer that, I need to give you a definition. So, folic acid is the artificial form, man-made form of the natural form of folate. The only reason why I'm being so specific is because they sound so much alike, but they're not. So folate, what is right here on the screen, is man-made, made in an actual room with chemicals. Folate is the natural form that you get from beans, lentils, spinach, broccoli, the list goes on and on and on and on. An individual that has the MTHFR gene mutation, so let's imagine this is the valve that the folic acid is supposed to go through. Whew, hey, is my okay. So when the folic acid goes through, it's supposed to be turned into the vitamins and nutrients that you actually need to form the vitamin Bs and everything that you're needing. Bs, not like just one B, but like B6, B12, B2, B, all of them.
Mm-hmm.
My issue is that I have deficiency in all 4 layers. So imagine the DNA is with an X, 2 from the mom, 2 from the dad. I'm trying to say this without cussing. All 4 of mine are defective. So because of all 4 of mine is defective, that means I have about 85 to 90% of that valve is messed up.
Right.
So because of that, folic acid, if I ingest it in any way, shape, or form, it turns to poison. Literal poison. And it builds up into not only my bones, my joints, my intestines, my intestine lining, my skin, my liver, it destroys my meat bag. And I got to take care of my little meat bag. I mean, this is the only one I have. So
Right.
I did not know that. So because I did not know that, when I literally started detoxing, you can ask Kay, for that whole month, it was worse than the flu. I had so much pain. I would lay on the ground just crying because of the amount of pain. I expelled from multiple options. But by the end of that month, I became myself. I started to feel better, get less exhausted. I'm still got chronic fatigue. Still feel like that word is not even close to what I experience.
Yes.
I still have chronic fatigue, but nothing like I did before. So
Right.
it's gotten better. My depression is 100% gone. There's so much list to it. But because of an individual that is like myself, I cannot have any. Somebody that has no deficiency, no problems, no nothing, taking too much folic acid, you're fine because
Right.
you can detox. I can't. So that's another issue too. Your body is naturally made to detox, expel all of the toxins, all the extra vitamins, all the extra nutrients, all the extra everything that your body is needing to expel out of your body to keep it healthy and to keep the engine going and everything and oiled and taken care of. My body can't do that. So because my body cannot detox, I have to force detox.
Yeah.
So someone that does not have the deficiency, having too much folic acid, no, you're good. Don't worry about it. Eat as much as you want, sweetness. Someone that has the deficiency as I do, where it's just partial to the extreme, like where I'm at, because I'm actually in the 12th percentile of the world that has this degree of defect, I can't have any of it because it's literally considered as poison. And I'm not trying to use that lightly. It is poison to me. It will kill me.
Yeah.
I know I missed somebody. For the last few years, I have been trying to do more. Okay, wait a minute. Is that the one I was already read? Yes, it is. Okay. Hide. Okay, there it goes. Of course, my husband gets upset about it, but that's his problem. It should be his problem. It should be his understanding to support you and love you and be there for you and to make everyone else understand from your point of view too, because of the fact he married you, he is your husband and your partner.
Right.
Sorry, that's after marrying my husband, being with him since 2007. So, hey, all I don't do New Year's resolution, but I have started. I am going to go back on my diet, get my house clean, start letting heavy, and learn to mask less. Congrats!
Good.
It is so hard to get rid of that mask.
It is.
I'm sorry.
No, I agree.
Oh, is it so hard to get rid of it? Especially after just being basically forced to do it for so many years.
I call that becoming numb to it.
Mm-hmm. Doing it without even realizing you're doing it, and then by the time you're done, your face is hurting. You're like, why? Oh, yeah, that's right.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's what I was doing.
Mm-hmm. I definitely understand that feeling, Kay.
Yeah.
Kay, keep sour candy in your purse and shock of nerve system. When nearing a panic attack, one of many in my arsenal. Really?
I never knew that. I don't like sour candy though.
Did not know that.
Me either.
I know it helps me when I put like a peppermint in my mouth. It helps me focus and redirect my idea.
Right.
Or to sit there and have cake, kryptonite cake. Because I'm sitting there like, oh my God, this is so good. It is better to get a... Okay.
I don't know what chelated means. I see it.
Shh.
Okay.
Folic acid and not upping the dose. Body absorbs the chelated version better.
I'd have to look up that word. I don't know that word.
It don't sound familiar at all, unless her phone decided to be mean.
Right.
Kim, my GI doctor told me to take folic acid due to low levels. I was wondering if there is a limit or better. I am I know the word. I can't say it.
Malabsorption.
Thank you. Issues along with my
Crohn's. Yeah.
get
Crohn's.
tested for the MTHFR, because that's basically what it is you cannot absorb. You cannot absorb. And what they are dictating, assuming, these men are assuming that 50% of the population of the world has one defect. One. And that's why it doesn't really affect individuals. The only time you actually do get tested for it is if you're losing multiple babies, like over and over and over and over, to the point where you actually have to go see a specialist.
Yeah.
That's how I ended up getting tested and found out I had it. And behold, to them or to myself, there was a lot more to it. Instead of me jumping back up again, I went to go look at him. So there are 3 different levels of the folic acid. There's like... There's like 200, 400, 800. And they usually don't go above that because the majority of individuals really don't need it. So the manufacturers don't believe that they should produce or put it out there. So basically they're not making enough money. But it's
Right.
perfectly, it's fine. So if you no, I do not want to get rid of that. Thank you. Because I'm still looking at Ravelry. Oh my God. I so found something I want to make for my husband. I sent it to you.
I know, I saw it. You didn't see my comment?
Yes. I think you can make this. I think you can. Folic acid. No, not benefits. Oh, great. My brain just lost the word. Deficiency. Symptoms. Low levels of folic acid can cause... Oh, I am not saying that word out loud. The condition. The red blood cells are larger than normal. They are fewer in those cells. They are also oval shaped, not round. It also affects your DNA, rehealing your DNA, rehealing your body after colds, flus, anything like that. It can cause you to have seizures, having low levels of folic acid. Yeah, there's a lot. It also lowers your vitamin B's, B12. B12 is related to your energy level, the rebuilding of your DNA. It can prevent from leaky gut syndrome. That's exactly what you were just talking about with your GI doctor. Absorption of food, of getting vitamins and nutrients pulled into your body for the bone syndrome, because they're taking away and not allowing you to get the vitamin D and the calcium and everything that you're actually needing. Oh, yeah. Yeah, just keep dropping stuff, cat. No, I'm...
You skipped a comment.
I did.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I have masked so much for so many years. I am not aware of what is the mask and what is me, if that makes sense. Yes.
Yeah.
Ever since I've started lowering my mask, I've started ticking people off.
And the number one is me. I'm just kidding.
Oh, you know what? I'll just start calling you more. You'll get used to it. Instead of me sitting there and laughing. So, okay, one of the masks I've started noticing. I'll sit there and someone says something and the look on their face is excitement and joy because they're waiting for you to laugh too. I stop for a minute and I'm like, okay, everyone else is laughing, but what do I feel? Do I truly think it's funny or not?
Right.
If I don't think it's funny, then I'm not going to laugh.
Right.
I'm going to be sitting there going, good on you. You made a joke. You made everyone else laugh. I'm happy for you. And then they'll just look at me and call me a B word. I'm like, okay, yeah, whatever. But yet in my house, I'm not used to going out and dealing with individuals. And that's why I'm feeling different compared to being in home, compared to being outside. In home, I can sit there and I can literally do that and get my family feel so comfortable with me and with their own selves that they can literally sit there and say that. And I don't get offended.
Mm-hmm.
And it's beautiful to be able to, everyone feels so comfortable that I can sit there and I'll see my youngest sit there and just jumping on his toes and hand flapping. And one kid's saying it's funny, and the other one's saying, yeah, whatever. And no one gets upset. Or I'll sit there and I've started noticing I'm doing what I used to do when I was a kid, and that was when I had my boots on, I'll walk on my heels throughout the house. Or I'll sit there and I'll start bouncing, and the kids will stare at me. They're like, what is wrong with you? I like this feeling. And they're like, can I do it? Yeah. And they'll start doing it. We're all bouncing through the house. But yeah, basically how I've started telling the difference is I stop for a minute. If I have to tell myself you need to laugh, or when I read their face and I'm like, they're excited, and it's just a real quick thought that goes through my head, if I'm saying something like that, then I need to stop myself and say, yes, they're excited. Yes, everyone's laughing. I don't find it funny.
Right.
So don't. Or they're doing it out of, I've noticed this a lot with doctors, because I've been around a whole lot of doctors recently. They'll sit there and say something, and then they'll laugh, and I'm like, everyone else is laughing too. Why? When it wasn't even funny. And it's usually because I have to read them and they're nervous. And when I notice that they're nervous, I'll sit there and I'm like, you don't need to be nervous. Just talk to me. It's fine. I'm not going to judge you. And by just saying something that we ourselves need to hear to calm our anxiety down, it helps them tremendously. Instead of laughing with them like what normal society would do, but saying those feelings and getting those feelings out of, are you nervous? If so, why?
Right.
It brings a reality and it brings a light to the situation that most people won't even realize. And it's been really helping me, instead of me feeling so anxious and so tired that literally my chest hurts walking out of there trying to read everything that is happening. I'm coming out and I'm allowing myself to be weird.
Yeah.
It's like, why are you nervous? What's going on? You're nervous because you don't know the material and you're trying to act like you do know the material? Or is it because you feel like you need to be the big man and you need to know everything and you need to be the top dog because that's the way that society has taught you to be? Or, I mean, it's just,
yeah,
that's how masking is you don't get to know all of this normally. So you have to learn it the hard way. You need to make the manual and read it. Oh my God. That's basically what it is. I will take you girls out in a minute. Okay. No, I meant combined with other nutritionals and made small. Okay, I'm confused. Kay, read real for me.
No, I meant chelated. It's combined with other nutrients or made smaller molecularly so it is absorbed better.
Wait a minute, there is another one. Oh, Cirilla. You tear up my sweater. I swear, girl. Don't lick me. I don't want you touching me. I can't, when I'm like hot, I can't stand the fact of somebody just like wet and cold touching you. Oh, quit. Don't you do it. It's like someone that sits there and puts their hands in water and then touches you. It's like, oh, we're good. Okay, hold on. Let me look this up. Because usually you're my looker upper.
Yeah, well, I'm on my phone today, so.
Well, you know what? Okay.
On my phone number.
Okay. Comes from the Greek word chel, which means claw. Seriously? It means, it's the Greek word that means claw.
Okay.
Refers to the claw-like way in which a material is bound to an organic muscle.
Do chelated folic 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 acid. Do them together.
Protective shell around the material. Okay, so that's what my body is incapable of doing, is transferring the folic or folate acid, or turning the folic acid into the amino acid.
Oh,
It's
okay.
like a whole whew.
Your body just does not do it at all.
The valve is there, but it's like all gunked up because of the genetic defects.
Gotcha.
So it's incapable of doing it, because it's almost like, imagine yourself in a little box. Yes, you can eventually get dressed in the itty bitty little box. Can you do a box? Just eventually you can get dressed, but can you get dressed efficiently and as quickly as you would in a room?
No.
Right. Now let's make that box in half. Yeah, that's where I'm at. I'm less than half. I am literally, oh, good grade. I don't know how to explain it. Like I said, I am 85 to 90% deficient.
Oh, okay.
So I have like 10% to 15% is allowed to move in that box. I don't think it's happening.
It's more like this right here squished up to the side.
So all the things are there to do it in the room. If you have Crohn's, have you got cut gut yet? Because gluten is, yes. I didn't mean to say the word. I'm sorry. So
You said it right the second time, not the first time. You said gut. You were going to say gut gluten, and then you said cut, and then you said gluten anyways.
Oh my God, will my dyslexia stop messing with me?
No, it won't.
Oh, I love my brain. My Kayleena is coming out on me right now. Just bear with me, you beautiful people. Kim, if you have Crohn's, have you cut gluten yet? Because gluten is hill
Yeah.
on the GI tract. It's also gluten. Did you know that gluten causes inflames your body, your joints?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I've eliminated gluten, folic acid, dairy, and soy from my diet. But yeah, you might want to take out gluten, because gluten is whew. 2 years ago, I started on a gut healing journey and learned a lot about nutrition and
Nutrients.
Thank you. Yeah, my dyslexia is really bad on me right now. I am sorry. I just want to say thank you. Thank you so much, everyone. That's the journey I'm kind of on now. So yeah, if you want to email me anything that would help benefit, please, fair warning. If you're going to email me anything with video or anything that's lack of reading. No offense, but like I said, with my dyslexia, it's on full flame right now. And reading is really difficult for me. Even though I can read, my dyslexia makes it so difficult that sometimes reading an article, I literally have to hand it to somebody and be like, I'm done. I'm done. Read this and re-explain it to me. Tell me. I need to hear it to be able to learn the material.
Yeah.
Hi, sweetness. How are you?
That's why I told her to read it together. I mean, to look it up
Ah.
because she
No,
had
I
taught
have
that.
not. Supposedly there's another genetic disorder that goes with it where um I can't even take the methyl something of the folic acid. The methyl can't find the word for it. I didn't hear you say that again.
I said I would have to see it to try to pronounce it.
It's like methylated. Methylated. I found the word. It's the methylated form of the folic acid. And with me having everything that I'm having, that most likely I have that defect as well. And that's why I'm not even taking any form of the vitamin efficiency that I should be taking. I'm doing it all naturally and trying to get it all taken care of until
Yeah.
I can get tested. Everyone's saying hi. What's up, my beautiful people? I will find some videos. Hubby is dyslexic. I get it. Thank you. At least
Yes.
somebody gets it.
And you know, I didn't know that dyslexia not only had to do with seeing backwards or seeing upside down, it also has to do with comprehension of what you've read.
Yes. That's where mine's at. So,
I learned that. I want to say somebody had sent me a video. It might have been you on TikTok about dyslexia.
it's probably because I was sending you so much information when dyslexic month was happening.
Yeah. And see, Aiden has it because the reason I know he has it is because he always flips his D's and his B's. And it does not matter how many times I say, that is a D, you need to reverse it, make it a B. That is a B, you need to reverse it, make it a D. You know, he always. And when when you sent me that, I think I looked it up too to read, because sometimes seeing it or hearing it is okay, but sometimes reading for me helps me better understand.
Mm-hmm.
So I also read on it.
Yes, can you bring me Keegan's phone so I can turn it back on? If he gives you any type of frustration, I'll deal with it. Yeah, I just remembered I didn't mute myself. It is on? Okay, then yeah, go ahead and get your pad, baby. Dyslexia also is not just, so there's different forms of it as well. There's different levels to it as well. And it's almost like autism, how there's like different bits and pieces that you can pick from. And each one of those categories of the different, I feel like you're about to fall. Please don't fall. Each one of those categories, you can be a severe form of it. In another category, you can be a low form of it. So I learned that out as well. All right, give me a second, you beautiful people. I gotta let the dogs out before they just basically making a mess for me to clean.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Y'all have chatted some, so I'll read the comments. Let's see. Ask doctor if chelated zinc would be a good alternative. Okay. Also, don't ever give a dyslexic person multiple steps expecting them to remember or to understand on first try. Exactly. It's funny. Hubby is dyslexic and was hyperlexic at a young age. Oh goodness. I know that Aiden falls under the dyslexia because he also has the comprehension problem of what he just read to you. So,
You'll see it a lot when you're doing word problems.
oh yeah, I noticed that whenever I was homeschooling him that year that they decided that the kids weren't exposed to the C by somebody in their class having the C.
But yet, all of a sudden, now it's just like, hi, you have it. Go home for a couple of days. Now come home and give it to everybody.
Right, exactly.
Oh my God.
But anyways, they called me and they're like, I was just checking on Aiden. I said, well, if you read the emails that I emailed to the principal, you would know where he's at.
Sad thing.
But we disinfect with Lysol. Or no. It wasn't even Lysol. She said, we have this special spray. I said, I don't care what you have. The protocol is 2 weeks. Okay, the classroom needs to be shut for 2 weeks. And if y'all feel he was not exposed, I feel he should stay at home.
Do you know that now they're actually calling on defects on the parents? If the child
making them go to school whether or not they're sick or not. Yes, I know. I've heard that.
Yeah, it is ridiculous. Even though there's excuses and evidence and proof and everything, and it doesn't matter what the issue is, what's happening, anything, and they're just like, guess what? We don't care.
Yeah,
and they're actually taking the kids.
That's why when Aiden said that his foot hurt, we went to the doctor. Because if they say anything about him missing school, it was a doctor's excuse. He's had 3 excuses from me. And they're allowed, I think, 5 from the parent. And the rest have to be a doctor's excuse.
Yes, ma'am. I'm giving you loves, my dear. I don't think you can. Oh, you can.
Yeah.
She is purring.
Very vocal.
She is. Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it. I've never had a kitty so meows.
Kitty.
She's looking at you like, no, she needs to stop.
I don't care. I'm just gonna look down. I'm gonna look at that screen.
Do you know how many it's actually funny that the fact that because of doing this, I think they're doing it on purpose to actually make the parents take the children out. And no, ma'am, you're not getting on my computer. I don't think so. To make them homeschooled.
Right.
All because the inability to actually get enough teachers to take care of the students that are there.
Right. They had to have teachers to do the online schooling. So all these teachers that have been doing the online schooling aren't wanting to come back is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
They're liking the online part. So they're going to continue to do that. That's why they don't have teachers.
Oh, no. They're quitting.
Oh, they're quitting?
Yes, ma'am. They are quitting in numbers.
Well, they don't get treated right anyways, in my opinion.
Oh, I totally agree that the fact that the good ones, we have to be careful on that one. The good ones are actually the ones that are being treated like donkey do. And the fact that they're actually forcing the teachers to take a minimum wage job after being in college, doing everything that they're supposed to be doing. And they're constantly scrutinized, not only by the principal, but by the government, but by also to the parents, because some of those parents, even I want to sit there and strangle. But they're telling them that they have to take even their own paycheck and put it towards the schooling, when I feel like that's wrong.
My mama said that when she went to school, now my mama was born in 1952. Okay. So she's not like, extremely close to my age, but she wasn't like extremely way older than me. When she went to school, the only thing that she ever had to take to school was her whole body. That was it. Nothing else. The books were provided, paper was provided, pencils were provided, and not by the teacher. It was provided by the government.
Here where I live, they just stopped doing free lunches.
Yeah, this school year they went back to the normal free and reduced lunches. If you qualify, you can get a free none whatsoever. No kids whatsoever. Oh, that's because they didn't apply for it or something. Alabama's always had that.
Nope. They completely shut it down. They don't care how poor you are, what's going on, no matter what you say, what's happening. If you don't have the money, they don't even have a PB&J to give to those poor kids. They literally sit there without nothing. And
That's
then
not.
yeah. Even the parents are noticing this, so they're sending extra lunches or extra food or an extra lunchbox with the other kids to share. Those parents are getting in trouble.
They shouldn't be.
No, it's like, what the? Oh, breathe, Kayleena. Oh, I'm sorry, but it is an innocent child. An innocent child should not be subjected to this.
Right. I completely agree.
Should not starve all because of this. It is ridiculous. Who's talking about wanting to bring home a mama bear? Who's who? Yeah. Also, don't ever give a dyslexic person multiple step instructions.
Yeah.
Them to remember or to understand the first to try. Oh my God, yes!
I read that a while ago.
You know what I've started doing, because there is so much going on this month just to get prepped and prepared for the Christmas party, the birthday party, and Christmas. I have this big piece of paper I literally sectioned off for each day, and I'm sitting here going, the temperature's this day, this is what's happening on this day, and this is what day it is, and then write down all the chores I have to do, the doctor's appointments, the therapies, the everything. And it's helping me so much. Yeah, no. This is sad. You always feed children. That makes me sick. Yes, thank you. I totally agree. And welcome in, my fairy treasures. Sorry I did not see you come in, sweetness.
That's Angie.
Oh, hi, Angie. That is awesome. No child should go without a lunch. I totally agree.
Yeah, exactly what she said on the last one, too.
For some children, that may be the only meal they get. See, totally agree. You don't know what the situation is at hand or at home. You don't know what is going on.
Well, during the pandemic, they were actually, let me rephrase that. After the summer after the pandemic, they were allowing the parents to come through, and it didn't matter if they had food or not, or had money for food or not. You were allowed to drive through the little driveway thing and get 7 days worth of milk, juice, and lunch and breakfasts.
Oh, that's beautiful.
How do you say more than one breakfast?
Breakfasts.
Okay. It sounded funny. But yeah, they did that 2020 and 2021.
You know that in 2020 they actually went around and drove to all the children's homes and actually dropped it off.
Oh, I didn't. They didn't do that here. You had to go. It was on Tuesdays, I think it was, for pickup. Like, I mean, I went, and I even had people stop me and ask me, "Do you want this extra juice? Because I have this many kids, but we don't go through it all. Do you want some? Do you want an extra milk? Do you need it? Do you want this? Do you want that? Because I have so many kids, and I get that many for each kid. But I don't want to waste it anymore. I've been giving it to my relatives, and they're not wanting it. Yeah, I've had people do that while we were, they were like, "Hey, wait, come here." I'm like, "What? I didn't do it."
But here now it's just,
Yeah.
it's like everyone's sitting there going, "Oh, guess what? We don't care what you're going through. We're just shutting it all down."
It shouldn't be like that.
No. I'm hearing so much horror stories about what these poor kids are going through. It's not, it's more than it's not funny. It's sad.
Yeah, it is very sad.
Oh, is it sad? I have a story right now I would like to say, but really don't know if I'm allowed to even say it. So I'm going to be a good girl and keep my mouth shut.
Right.
They couldn't stop me. I live in Las Vegas. And if we don't feed all children, I would be at the school daily with lots of lunches and snacks. Thank you. See, I just don't agree. I don't agree. I do not agree. Oh my God. Even when I was a kid,
I don't
I
see how,
remember.
the workers, I think I saw a TikTok where this one lady was really going to dump a child's food plate because his account was at $0. One of the teachers said, put his on mine. I'll pay for it because you're not dumping his food. How can the workers do that? That wouldn't sit right with me. If they made me dump a child's food plate, I'd be paying for it myself. I would not be dumping no child's
Oh
food
no,
plate.
I'll be sitting going, shh.
Yeah, here you go. Eat. Go.
Don't say nothing. Just go sit down. Be good girl. Go be good boy. Go, shh, shh.
How do those people live doing that? That's what I don't understand. How can they do? I wouldn't be able to do that.
I
The
think
school.
honestly, the only thing I can think of is to take a good person put into a situation like that, that might actually be the only means of a job that they have at that moment to
Right.
be
I
able to
get
keep
that
a
too,
roof
but
over their head.
no, they'd be firing me. I'd be looking for another job. I couldn't do it.
I mean, I agree that there were several in there that was actually talking about bringing in food, but yeah, they were getting actually like yelled at, literally cussed out at, talking about you shouldn't even be doing this. Really?
You know what? I would make a fake account on that food thing, and if the child didn't have enough, I would put money in it myself and have a fake account and be like, okay, this child's food needs to be paid with that account. Hi,
Hey, sweetness. Sorry, we got on a wee bit of a hot subject.
Lisa. Yeah, we did.
Okay. As far as I know, here in Vegas, Las Vegas, sorry, we have free and reduced lunches. But now I am going to call my local school just to make sure. I'm
Yes.
in Georgia. So there is a huge difference between here in Georgia compared to Las Vegas, even in Florida, Tennessee, Kentucky. I mean, just I can name off all 50. Are we up to 51 states now because we've actually added a new state? I think so. I could be mistaken. Sorry. 50 or 51 states. Each state is different and each county is different as well. So you're going from state to county to understanding what's actually happening. And you can also even have a principal dealt with this, a principal that is a complete whoosah, see you next Tuesday, and decides to take her. Yeah, I'm starting to come out with all my beautiful phrases. Decides to take his slash her or its anger out on that poor defenseless child. So it's not only just the fact of what's happening in the district, but it is also happening in the school system, but it is also happening into each individual person itself too. Did I lose Kay?
No, I'm still here. I just turned off my camera.
But your beautiful face.
I'll be right back.
Okay, you beautiful people. I will give everyone a give or take about 5 more minutes, and then I have to hop off of here. I'm gonna have to do meds like 10 minutes late. But I still gotta do medicine, and then I have to clean out the refrigerator, and then I have to figure out if we have enough for dinner. Hopefully, fingers crossed. But this is awesome. So before we get off of here, since we only have about 5 minutes, how does this time work for everybody instead of Friday? I hope it works beautifully.
It does for me.
Fab! And the cat goes up again. I think Monday will be fantastic. Hopefully, if my husband doesn't get a knee surgery, I'll tell you about that later, you beautiful people, because I just got information on that. Then for the next 3 months, Mondays will work absolutely fine. And then at the end of that 3rd month, then everything's going to have to change again because he's going to get a full-blown knee replacement.
Ooh.
Yeah, we're at that point.
Mary came in. Hi, Mary.
I'm excited. I am loving this. It actually turned out to be like a really phenomenal live. I loved it.
Yes.
It started off one way and I was hoping we were going to stay down that path, but no, we decided to jump and go down the rabbit hole.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know what? I'm actually about to probably start calling these lives. What's going to happen down this rabbit hole?
Maybe we'll find Alice down this rabbit hole.
Oh, I love that. Oh, I love that. Oh, we might actually end up doing that.
Okay.
Did we find Alice today, do you think? I was actually talking to my husband about this too, not before I even started live. I was thinking about bringing my tea in and doing a tea party, and I was like, I can be the Mad Hatter. He's like, no, you're not that mad. He's like, you're the hair. Yeah, the hair. And I'm sitting here going, yeah. I actually looked up the definition.
Late for an important date.
Yes. I'm like, no, not the hair. What is it? The other one. It was the mouse and the other person. That's with the Mad Hatter. Oh, what was his name?
Worm.
Looking for Alice. Yes.
There we go. Looking for. Perfect.
Don't bite me.
Bite her.
Girl. Oh, I swear.
Bite her for me.
Oh, this cat, you'll be seeing. Meow.
Flying through the air.
Oh my goodness. What was that other one's name? I looked up the definition and it was perfect explanation. The Cheshire Cat here.
Yeah.
Oh, we got the Cheshire Cat. Oh my goodness. March Hare. That's it.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah. I'm glad somebody else knows them.
You know what? Because you so cannot be the mouse. Because I looked at the definition and you can be the Mad Hatter.
Yeah, because I am mad.
Always. But come to find out, just fun fact real quick, the Mad Hatter was literally mad, like really, really mad. The March Hare was actually the one to be he was mad as well, but he was able to keep the Mad Hatter under control. So whenever he would have his extremes or his meltdowns, breakdowns, whatever it was, the March Hare was his foundation, the one that was able to bring him back and to bring him back to at least to that reality, not to the real reality, but at least to that reality.
Yeah.
And to level the ground and to get everything back in an upbeat situation. The mouse was in such a high state of anxiety of any and everything that literally he looked like he was on cloud 9. I was trying to pick the right word.
Right.
They literally have him written as being on cloud 9 because of the anxiety killed him so much, was so high with him that even the March Hare kept him back down and calmed him down. So if you go back and you go watch Alice in Wonderland, any of them, he's the one that basically calms everyone down and brings everyone back to that foundation.
I rewatched that. It's been a long time since I watched Alice in Wonderland.
But yeah, I'm also mad too, so we might go down another one. All right, I am going to let you beautiful people go. Thank you everyone for coming and joining. And do not forget to go check out Kay. And please do not forget to go check out any and everybody that's over here into the chat. I'm pointing over here, but it needs to be over here, wherever my chat is at, or down here below. Check everyone out. Show your yarny love, support, and everything else like that. If you are watching this on replay, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for coming back. Thank you for sharing the love and throwing the yarn. So, duck people, also, please put into the comments down below, what is your yarny resolution? What is your new resolution for the new year coming in? I would love to read it. I know Kay would love to read it, and so would everybody else. It might actually spark something that's cue the wee one. It might actually spark somebody to be, oh yeah, I need to do that. So
Right.
I hope everyone has a wonderful day, a wonderful week, and I'll talk to all of you beautiful people later. Blessed be.
Bye, y'all.
There it goes.